Alright, now that we're in Adobe, we can start by making a new composition. And my camera has a 720 by 480. And we're going to need a little bit longer than 30 seconds, about 40 seconds, just of how much time I've been filming. That's just going to expand the timeline down here. We'll just press OK. And then we'll go to File, Import, and we'll do our files. So we'll select this one, and then we'll Control click the other one, and then Open. That'll import the media. Then we'll select the two and drag them down to the bottom, and they'll put them in the exact same spot. So that's how that one's done. That's step one. Alright, now we have to get the footage all lined up. And just to show you how this works, you can see where I'm sitting and where the tripod's at. Now, before we start, I want to show you how the camera has not moved and where the character will be standing. If I push this little eye at the left, it shows you. Okay, but can you see that the guy looking down, he's not looking up? So we need to make sure that's aligned. So we'll just slide this over where the correct timing would be. It's right about here. It would be about the timing. And first, you need to be able to watch the guy's mouth. And he's saying, do you need something? And we switch to the other guy. And you can see he's just about to say it. So they're lined up pretty well to each other. But first, we need to make it so we start at a good time. So right about here is a great place to start. So we'll just go to Edit, Split Layer. That one's junk now. We just select it and delete it. And then we'll push the eye. And the same thing with this bottom one. I mean, there's nothing to show, so split layer, select that bottom one, and then delete that one. So now, when we start, excuse me, select the eye again. So when we start, he's already sitting down. If we click the eye, we could see that he is just beginning to walk in, and that this guy is watching him walking in. Do you need something? And he is saying, yeah, right there. That's where he's saying yeah. So we got these lined up pretty well. Right? Okay. Now let's just start for right there. Alright. Now we're going to add the layers on top of each other so you can see both of them at the same time. First we need to get our little pen tool up here. But first we need to select our layer, which we're going to edit. And we're just going to do a rough estimate. We're going to put a few of these by the hand because that's where a lot of motion is going to be. And don't worry precisely how you go, just throw it up there. And make a rough guess and attach it. And now you can see that the layer behind it, this is what's underneath this one. So if I go clear over here, I'm not underneath there. Okay, and there's the book over there too. And then we have like the tripod over here, if you could see that. Okay, now we'll just throw these up on top because we want to hide this cabinet right here. Put that back there. Alright, now if you look closely, zoom up to about 200 so you can see it. I'll select the hand and move it so you can see what's going on. And I'm going to be pressing page down. And you can see that I have to move it because my hand's moving. So in order to record the motion, we need to select the masks down here, arrow, and we click the arrow again down, and we need to select these timers, the path of which we're going to take it, the feather, the opacity, and the expansion. Even though we're not going to change all these, it's good just to make sure they're all on timer, so just in case you forget one. Anyways, if we go back up, right about here, we'll push page down and page up to go back. So see my hands disappearing and stuff. Alright, so push page down, I need to change these back to where my hand fits in the screen. But I also have to make sure that I don't expose it too much that you'd see the tripod. So I need to continue doing this all the way through. And continuing by moving the lines with page down. Just continue until you have it all ready. Move the page up so you can see. I zoom out because we're already finished with the hand. And just push page down so you can see all the scenes. Alright, now I'm going to walk away. The guy on the right is going to walk away actually because they're both me. By pushing down the page down button, we're going to see him walk away, or me walk away. And we can move the line off to the side just a little bit so we can see what's going on. And we just move these little lines down here down to the table because the table is not going to change whatsoever. And I really don't want to be moving these dots the whole time. You can move them off down here at the bottom if you'd like. And I'm going to open the door. I'm going to slide that down where I want it, and it stops right there. So I'll just bring up the line right there for this moment in time. That looks good. And as he walks off stage, he's going, the guy on the left is going to walk towards the book. So this gives us the cue to move these off over here. Grabs the book, about to exit stage, but if I don't move the line, you're going to see he's just going to cross right through it, and we don't want that right there. You want to take it all the way off, but it's easier if we go to 50% because we can see the whole thing. We'll just move all this off to the main screen. So basically, you don't even need the back screen right now. You could actually just split it, the bottom layer or the top layer off. But I tend to do things the hard way, so he'll exit stage. Alright, now that we got that all finished, I want to show you something. Now if we zoom in to about 100%, come down here, you could kind of see that difference right here between the line. And I know I told you to push the clocks down here on the masks, but I just did that so you wouldn't forget one of them. But click the one for the mask feather and turn that one off so this mask stays on the whole time. Now turn up the pixels just a little bit, and when you move it, it's kind of going to blend those together. But you can't blend them too much, otherwise the radius of the line will increase. So if you look at the pants up here, the more I turn this up, the more white those pants turn in because it's blending them together. So we have to keep this at a low enough number where it won't affect anything around it drastically. So I'm going to keep mine around 17. Even though you can still see some on the pants a little bit, it's not a big enough difference that you can see in that short period of time. So that's how that will look. Exit stage, and there he'll go. So that's basically how that consists of being on the same screen and yet using the same equipment that your other duplicate touched or moved. Now, in order to render it, you just go to composition, add a render queue. I tend to do mine on custom. Video output, you want your audio. I do 16, and then you click OK, and then you click render, and it'll render it. And when you're finished rendering, it'll look like this right here.
Do you need something? Yeah, I said for you to do all my homework, not half of it, you moron. Well, I'm sorry, but I can tell you what I can do. I can give you a book. Have fun. What do you think you're doing? Hey, get back here.